So today, we're taking on the Big Spender Challenge in some custom unranked games. The rules are: 1. Get a ton of gold per round. 2. We can only buy the most expensive item per shop. 3. If we have 2 items are valued the same, I get to choose what we take. And 4. If the highest value item is on sale, we can still take it, so we can make use of those sales. And finally, last but not least, number 5, we can only get storage or reroll our shop if we buy that most expensive item. But hey, can we manage our gold wisely? Come out on top? Check it out and let me know what you think about it. Okie dokie, so today we're going to be jumping into other game modes, custom unranked, we're going full monies, and we're going up against diamond players. But hey, we're going to have a bit of a challenge today. We're going to have to buy the most expensive item in our shop. But if we do tie, we do get to choose, but we can't buy any storage unless we buy an item in the shop. So for this first round, we do have to take a customer card, and we can only buy one item, so we do have to roll once we buy this item. And we do get a tie between a frying pan and a walrus tusk, and we're going to be taking that weapon for now, because we're going to need some DPS as well. Which does mean we can roll, and unfortunately we can't grab this leather bag unless we buy this leather armor. And if we can't afford to buy this, we do have to move on. We can roll, so we'll see how we get on with this for now. Are we going to be able to win out, or are we going to fall short? But hey, unfortunately this is going to be a round 1. Now it is a pretty bad round 1, because we have literally no survivability. We don't have a whole lot of DPS. We do have a frying pan with a freaking mana orb, which is not so great. But after this round, we should be able to get our infinite monies, well actually plus 10 gold per round, which is going to be quite significant. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. But hey, we'll see. So unfortunately, we can't even grab ourselves a big old banana. We can either grab the shard bow, or we can grab ourselves a health bot. We're going to be taking a health bot, and we do got to roll. And we're going to have to take a spear if we're going to take an item here. So we're going to take the spear. We're going to take a fanny pack. Let's roll again. And I would like to grab this broom to craft up a staff, but unfortunately, we literally can't afford it. So we either take goobards or we move on to the next round. So I'm thinking we take goobard for now. But yeah, let's keep moving. So goobard is going to be a little bit of a healing for us as we deal our damage. But we are going to run out of stamina pretty fast. And since banana does cost 3 golds, it's going to be quite tough to actually grab ourselves some bananas. Which we could go for Excalibur, but I don't think we're going to want to, since food items cost a little bit cheaper. Now does mean we're going to have to take a skull badge, we're going to have to take the storage. Let's roll for now, and we have to take a leather armor. As much as I like to grab this undead for amulet, yeah, we got to take that leather armor, which does mean you can't even grab blueberries. We do got to move. We do got to take this cap resilience if we want this leather bag on sale. So unfortunately, yeah, we got to move on. We can't afford it, so we can't even lock that bag. But hey, at least with this skull badge in, we do inflict a lot of debuffs. It's a super fast activator for our goobard as well. So this could be super fantastic for us. However, our opponent does have a lot of damage, but smashing. Not too bad overall. However, we do have a choice to make. And we're not going to be taking Smelly Wall. As much as I love the skill, we're not going to be able to buy any garlics. Now shielded, since there's going to be a lot of high value items, being armors and shield valors, this is actually a pretty good skill to get in this challenge. So I think we're going to grab that. However, we do literally have to take a dead side. I'd like to grab ourselves a serpent staff dead side combo, but we do gotta take you, and we have to take either a wonky snowman or freaking hammer to grab the storage. So I think right now we're gonna sell our frying pan. So we can grab wonky snowman. We're gonna have to sell you, and we can't even sell our starved courage. So I think we have to sell our health bot here to grab this bit of storage. But I will be rolling here, and yeah, unfortunately we do have to move on. So we're gonna go for dead side, and hopefully we can grab ourselves a poison spear potentially. But we do have to move on. So we did lose our frying pan, but we'll see how we get on with this for now as well. We also have our skull badge in our dead side, so we can actually potentially inflict a little bit more poison overall. But smashing. Not too bad overall. Just like I said, I would love to grab Fly Garrick and craft up a poison goobards, but we do got to take that shield valor, we do got to take the storage. which means we do gotta roll. And actually, we can take ourselves another mana orb, which is kind of awesome. Which I'm going to sell this to grab for now as well. But it does mean I can roll. And if we want to grab this leather bag, we do got to buy another leather armor. But we do got to move on once again. So we do want to craft ourselves up a moon armor, potentially. I'd also like to grab ourselves a mana thirst, potentially go for a big mana buff bomb. But yeah, we could be in a little bit of trouble facing this bone, stacking up a lot of spikes. And yeah, not great. And unfortunately, we do gotta take double dead die, and we do have to move on. Now that's that leather armor, that's the holy armor, which we're gonna have to take if we want this storage. And we're gonna sell our spear, we're gonna sell this leather armor, and yeah, we've gotta take it. So at this point, we are gonna craft up that moon armor, but it does mean we can grab this leather bag. And we can also craft up a light Goobert if we do keep Goobert here. But I will be selling it because we do need that storage more than anything. And yeah, I'm going to be moving on. So, yeah, we're rocking double freaking dead side with no poison. Which is really not great, but it is dealing quite a bit of damage, which is quite surprising. But we still haven't fallen short, which is not great. And as much as I'd love to grab ourselves a freaking bow so we can craft up a poison bow, we got to take a stupid hammer. We got to roll. We're going to sell the hammer and we can grab ourselves another holy hammer, which we do got to take if we want this potion belt. But hey, do we craft up a second moon armor or do we craft up a moon shield? I think we're going to craft up that moon shields. We can reserve this potion belts and let's keep moving for now. So at least we should be able to start off with a lot of block. We do stack up a lot of mana, and we do reflect a lot of debuffs. So actually, this moon armor could be our saving grace. It is going to be quite a bit of gold. Now the thing is, our dead sides do run through stamina pretty bad, so we could potentially have to remove it. We are inflicting still a good bit of poison, but smashing overall. Now we got our moon shields. Now the thing is, we could take Piercing Arrow here, but Piercing Arrow is literally going to be not great for us because we do need to find ourselves an acorn collar, which is not going to be that great. We could take Aegis's Leaf, but again, we're not going to have much nature items because they're all super low value items. So that's not so great. We could take that Poison Ivy to try and stack up a little bit of spikes. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So we can grab this potion belt, but we can't grab anything here because we do have to roll to the next shop. And we can either take ourselves a glowing crown or a dead sign. And thank God this glowing crown is here because I do want to grab ourselves that glowing crown. So we do got to move again. Now, we do have to take this hammer if we're going to buy anything. So, unfortunately, I will be moving on. We can't afford it. We can't roll on. Let's keep going. But hey, at least we get some invulnerability with our glowing crown, keeping ourselves alive as we inflict a little bit of poison. Now the thing is, if we do want to stack up some spikes, our only way to stack up spikes is going to be some prismatic orbs or Jinn slams. These are the only ways that we're going to be able to stack up those spikes. But actually, not too bad. Still pulling ahead. Now we either have to take Fancy Rapier or we take the Heart Container to grab this bit of storage. Let's roll again. And we either have to take the Eye Lamp or the Demonic Flask. So let's take the Demonic Flask. Let's roll for now. And actually, we can take ourselves the Flutes to take this Salmon Stack. But honestly, for now, I'm going to rock on. So the Demonic Flask is going to be a big old bomb for us if we do manage to get a Corrupted Crystal. But we'll have to see. Our opponent is going to be scaling up their accuracy and their damage on their weapons because we're going to be scaling up that crit chance. But yeah, run out of stamina since we do have that moon shield with a lot of block chance. So basically, we're going to be super tanky as we inflict those debuffs from our Skull Badge, which is hard to carry in us right now, for sure. But still not too bad. Now at this point, I'm definitely going to be taken by the holy light because this is going to be holy item, this is going to be holy item, this is going to be holy item. So we're going to be triggering all these faster. Now we do got to take our dragon egg if we're going to take anything. We do got to roll, and it will be taking another glowing crown for some invulnerability once again. But it does mean we got to roll, and we either take this cap or we take nothing. So I'm going to take the dragon egg. Let's take the cap. Let's roll again. And we do got to take Jin's lamp if we want this storage. Now the thing is, Jin's lamp is actually going to be some spike stacking first. So I do actually want that pretty badly. So we're going to sell all these items. So we can grab that lamp. We can grab this bit of storage. We did move our setup around, so we have our shield in here for now. We have our Bite of Holy Light targeting our holy armor along with our moon armor. And yeah, we're going to have to move on. So we should be able to get 2 goals of invulnerability, keep us healthy. As we stack up a little bit of spikes, stack up a little bit of poison. And yeah, we're basically becoming a super tanky poison build. But it is going to be quite slow to stack up that poison. But surprisingly, still working out. So not too bad overall. Now this is where I said we are going to have to take prismatic orbs. Because they're super expensive items, we do got to roll. And if we wanted storage, we are going to have to take a pineapple, which is probably our best case scenario all game. So we do got to take the pineapple before we buy the storage. We can add this in. And yeah, that's incredibly awesome for us. Because at least we have some synergy between our skill, which is overall fantastic. So we should actually be able to stack up quite a bit of poison right now. As we stack up our spikes, as we get tons and tons of block, as we get some invulnerability. So actually, this has turned out to be surprisingly well. For sure. Now, we do got to take a bird. We've got to roll. We've got to take another glowing crown if you want this storage. And we're going to have to sell that bird. And we're going to add in that glowing crown in this position. So we're going to have a ton of invulnerability. Literally 6 seconds of invulnerability. Which is kind of absurd. It just gives us a lot of time to stack up that poison so our opponent deals or takes a lot more damage. Which is kind of awesome. And yeah, not much of a problem whatsoever. Because we do have a bit of high crit chance on our dead side. And we actually can proc our Jin's lamp on that dead side as well. So actually, this build has turned out to be kind of awesome. Now, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to take another big old pineapple, we do got to take our practical large greatsword. We do got to roll. And we do got to take ourselves a whetstone to grab the storage. Which I'm not complaining. We do got to roll again. And we do got to take a holy armor if we do want to continue rerolling. Or not. But yeah, let's keep moving. We can't afford it, so let's keep moving for now. So we got tons and tons and tons of block. Can we stack up our buffs? We do stack up a good bit of spikes with one single pineapple along with our Jin's lamp. And we do generate up some mana. So we can actually get these dead sides to proc. However, our opponent is rocking Burning Banner, which is going to be removing a lot of our buffs, which is a little less than ideal. But hey, that's a lot of poison stacked up. Our opponent is starting to deal a lot of damage. And looking super close. And unfortunately, our opponent did manage to pull ahead, which is a little less than ideal. Now, unfortunately, we do got to take Maneki Neku here as much as I love Bloody Amulet, since it is a higher value item, even though it is on sale. We're going to roll another big old busted blade. We're going to have to take as we continue to roll. Now, actually, we can either take the unstable recombobulator or the undead for Amulet. So we're going to sell this, and I think we're going to take this because if it was the freaking Amulet of Steel, which it isn't, it is the Amulet of Energy. Now, we're going to sell you 2 so we can grab ourselves another bit of storage. Let's roll again. And unfortunately, we do got to take that Wobbertinger if we're going to buy an item here. As much as I'd love to take this mana orb, we just can't actually take it. Okay. So that means it's more mana generation. It's another freaking moon armor, which will be straight up crazy for sure. Will be a ton more block, but Yeah, with 6 seconds of vulnerability, this Busted Blade literally cannot hit us. We should be able to stack with a poison. Our Dead Sight should have been doing lots of damage, but eventually they managed to get through with that big old Busted Blade. We're going to be taking that lightsaber. We're going to roll. And we can actually grab ourselves a freaking pineapple once again. Which does mean we have to roll, and we do have to take one key summon here. And let's roll one more time. Now, Prismatic Orb, we're going to take for sure. And we're going to slot in this position because that does mean we're going to be scaling up a lot more buffs. And it is going to be inflicting some debuffs. And it's going to give us a ton of mana. So yeah, let's roll one more time. And that's another Glowing Crown, which I'm going to reserve for sure because we want as much invulnerability as possible. But are we going to survive going up again this big old Berserker? Can we inflict enough poison? We are going to resist some of it with some of those gemstones. But yeah, it's looking like we're starting to inflict a turbo amount of poison. Doing a lot of damage. We are running out of stamina because of that shield, but awesome. So with our build right now, we do actually end up with a 44 DPS. Being our poison, which is not too bad. It's not crazy damage by any means. Our opponent had 28 DPS because we had so much invulnerability. We don't have a ton of healing, but we do have a decent bit of block. Could always be better, but it is what it is. We're going to be moving on. So we can grab this Glowing Crown. We do have to roll then. And we do have to take this Holy Armor if we are going to take an item here. So we could take it to reroll once. And we can either grab a Fanfare, or Hunger Blade, or Bone Arrow. But I think we're going to have to move on for now. So at least with Maneki Neki win, we do increase the speed of our Moon Armor. So this is actually super fast Moon Armor. Also increase the speed of our Prismatic Orbs to be stacking up our buffs, which shouldn't be too bad overall. Now we're actually inflicting a hell of a lot of poison, which is kind of awesome, for sure. Surprisingly, an absurd amount of poison. And we do gotta take a heart container to grab this bit of storage. We do gotta roll, and unfortunately we do have to take a lightsaber, which we're gonna sell this to grab. And we gotta roll again, and actually, hell yeah, we can grab ourselves another freaking mana orb, which does mean we do gotta roll. And we either take a Wuppertinger or a Fancy Fencing Rapier. I would have liked to grab more Jin's Lamp. That would be a big... That would be extremely valuable to us. But hey, we're going to put in a heart container. We are going to move on with this again. And we'll see. Now we are going to begin as Snake, which is going to be inflicting a lot of poison. This Fancy Fencing Rapier is going to scale up pretty fast. We're going to have a lot of max life, but so do we, since we add in our heart container. And we should actually get a big mana buff bomb. And yeah, we're turbo inflicting a ton of poison. And this build turned out to be extremely awesome. It's a lot of value, which is crazy. We do gotta grab ourselves a lightsaber, we do gotta roll. And unfortunately, I would love to take Glowing Crown or Jin's Lamp. But we do have to take Prismatic Orb. So we do gotta roll, and we do have to take a Ripsaw Blade if we're going to take anything. So unfortunately, this is going to be a fun round. This is going to be a fun setup. We do need to find a way to put in our Prismatic Orb, which is going to be in this position. So we have our Jin's Lamp targeting this Dead Sight. We have 3 Prismatic Orbs all targeting, giving a bunch of Vampirism, a bunch of mana, a bunch of healing efficiency, and still inflicting a bunch of debuffs too. But yeah, this build turned out to be a hell of a lot of fun. We doubled Dead Sight, Poison Ivy, Prismatic Orb, Moon Armor of all things, into a bunch of Holy Crowns. And we got extremely lucky grabbing these pineapples, but we're going to see if we're going to fall short. Now we are going to begin a King Goobert of all things with a Falcon Blade and a Perfect Sapphire, so we're going to be inflicting a hell of a lot of gold on it. We're going to be cleansing a lot of those debuffs with those cards, but we have reached our poison threshold already. We're starting to turbo stack even a lot more poison overall. We're both going to have invulnerability, which is kind of funny, but yeah, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now, if we actually had these Perfect Sapphires, we would be able to generate up a lot of block with these Moon Armors, but we still have a ton of block. Our opponent is running out of stamina, and that's a lot of poison. And surprisingly, not too bad. 170 damage from poison. And smashing. 200 damage poison, 162 poison. Not too bad overall. Now we do end up with a 70 DPS. The vast majority being that poison, then our Dead Sights, then our Spikes. As for heals, we end up with 24 heal per second since we got so much vampirism, and our glowing crown's putting in a lot of work too. As for max life gained, we actually got 100 from our high container, which is not too bad overall. And then as for block, we managed to stack up about 405 block, which is not crazy by any means. But when you mix in that block with that heals and with our max life, that's pretty much 900 to 1000 effective HP gained. And then on top of it, we literally had 8 seconds of invulnerability with our glowing crowns, allowing us to proc our Jin's lamp on our dead side, which does have a 100% crit chance. It's pretty darn awesome. But anyways, turned out to be a super fun challenge. Definitely a bit strange ending up with a build like this. But hey, we're going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep a lookout for the next one. I'll see you next time.